He married 3 wives, but what makes his story extraordinary is that his first wife advised him to bring in more wives, and they have been living a peaceful life together.
Saakiraba bubi kubanga naye we yagamba nti nso namugamba nti kisaana ofuna omukazi tubeera bano babiri babasatu.
But how is that possible? And why would your wife tell you to bring in other wives, yet she stood there? Are they really living a happy life? And how do this family survive? We are in Uganda. We visit this family and they tell us more of their life story.
Manya gange wapita Asanasi yomalingo Musinde.
This is Asanasi, the only man in this village who has more than one spouse, 3 in total and 13 children, making it one of the big family here in this village. He says that he never thought that one day he could be having such a big family, but found himself marrying all these women. He tells us more of how he married all 3 women. After growing up and finishing my high school education, it was my time to look for a partner and then get married. I met Mwajuma, my first wife, who was still in her early 20s by that time, and we fell in love, then got married to each other and started our family. That's how he got his first wife, and never in his mind ever imagined that he'll have more than one wife. However, he and the first wife spent many years without being able to conceive, and they talked about it since they needed children so as to have a complete family. They talked for hours, talking about what might have gone wrong with their bodies. And he adds that that is the day he realized that the first wife truly loved him more than anyone else, because for the sake of having a big family, she advised him to marry another woman to see whether she can produce. He says that in normal societies, it's not that easy for your wife to advise you to bring in another woman, even when she knows that she's barren. But seeing Mwajuma telling him to do it, then who was he to deny and try his luck again and see whether it would work? And that is how the second wife, Lydia, was brought in this house.
Enyumba mweri ebisenge bitulimu abakazi babiri. Owokusatu alina omulimo gwakola aliwa.
Buli muntu alina ekitanda kye.
I was happy, at the same time worried, and here's why. I was happy that I was going to receive a double dose of happiness. Can you imagine if one woman makes a man happy, now think of having more than one? That is total happiness. But on the other side, I could ask myself that what if it was me who does not produce? Will I chase the second wife and tell her that our mission has failed? But thank God it worked out in our favor, and she quickly conceived and gave us our first child.
Era wabakazi bo abanga bakwagala nnyo. Oba gwe mwennyini osobola okusalawo. Nosulako n'oli n'ova muno n'osula muno n'ova muno n'osula muli. Ku lunaku lumu. Singa olina amaanyi go. Ngaze.
He jokes that now he's one of the happiest men alive, as he's now enjoying polygamy. This is the practice of marrying multiple spouses. He never knew that he would be marrying more than one spouse, but since bringing in the second one, he found out it was the best thing a man can do, having many wives, as he believes that in this world, women or girls in general are 2/3 of the total population. Therefore, a man should marry more than 2 wives, and tells people to normalize marrying more than one spouse. After having the second wife and producing, the first wife finally conceived. He believes that if he never brought in the second one, the first would still have not been able to give birth, as he thinks that the second wife paved the way. He was a happy man with 2 wives, but why did he marry a 3rd one? Yet he had got everything he needed. I mean, children, since both wives were giving birth. The main reason he looked for a 2nd wife. That made sense, and everyone can ask, why bring in a 3rd wife?
Fe abasajja tulina emitima myangu. W'ofuna omukazi omusuubiramu ebintu byonna n'omuwulira biri by'omunda n'omugamba gwe weka, ekyo kikolimo kibi ku mukazi. Omukyala muwulire oti nze wano constitution yange gye nakola nja kubeera n'abakyala 4 oba 3.
As I said, the more women, the more happiness, and that explains why I have 3 wives, and I'll be marrying more in the coming future. 1, you have to make sure they're living a happy life. You love them equally, and you make sure they get their basic needs. If that is done, then you can marry any woman you want. And since I'm a caring and responsible father who knows and takes care of my 13 children in total, then who is there to stop me? I had a meeting with my 2 wives by then and told them I just wanted to bring in another wife. And they were not surprised and said they are okay with it. Had they stopped me from bringing in another one, I would have not done. But the fact that they also let that happen was because my wives have a good friendship between themselves, where they live as sisters to the other, helping one another in everything. Here, he lives with only 2 wives, and the 3rd wife lives in her house a few kilometers from here. They often meet and talk as co-wives, talking on what can improve their family and more. But all we can see here is that the 2 are happy to be here. The 1st wife has 4 children, the 2nd has 7, whereas the last one has only 2, making them 13 children in total. This is Lydia. She says that she's okay with sharing her husband with other women as long as the man loves them all equally. The other wife also comes here and they are having a good relationship. We do and share activities here, and when it comes to cooking, we do it together. When he wanted to bring in another wife, we gave him a green light or go ahead. The fact that he's an understanding husband makes him a better man one can wish to have. After seeing it was taking too long for them to have a baby, she had to tell the husband to bring in another wife. And to her, that was one of her best decisions she has ever made. We are living a happy life, sharing everything, even the husband. And I can tell everyone that we're really having fun and living our best life here. I would advise fellow women not to be jealous. Let the man do whatever he wants and he will never cheat on you. If you give him that freedom, you will live a happy life together. This family proves that people can share everything, even the husband, contrary to what the society tells us. We wish all the best to this family. May they keep living a happy life. Thank you for watching. I'm Elijah and this is Afrimax English. Remember to subscribe.